guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm showing you how I created this lovely Cinderella inspired set. It is an EasiBuild overlay with gel polish over. So the first thing I'm doing is removing my client's old set, which has been on for about 3 to 4 weeks. I've removed the stones with some old cuticle nippers, and I'm coming in with my Efile using a medium carbide safety bit to remove the gel polish from the previous set. I'm taking care to continuously move my file around the nail so as not to create any heat spots or cause any discomfort to my client. Any little bits that are left over afterwards I'll come in with the hand file and remove. So yeah, I'm just going to remove this gel polish now. First of all, addressing the length to begin with and creating the shape that my client wants, then coming over the top of the nail and removing any other bits of product that have been still left on the nail from the previous set. I'm then going through to make sure that I remove any areas of lifting, so taking them down with my 100 side grit of my file, and then they will just flake off the nail, and also using that 100 grit to remove any of the natural shine from the area of nail which has grown up since our previous service. Cuticle work now, so coming in with my metal cuticle pusher to push back all of those cuticles. And again, this is a client that comes to me regularly, so her cuticles aren't in a bad way. I'm just moving them all back towards the nail, and if anything needs trimming off, I will do that afterwards. So cleansing over the nail now and dehydrating with my prep and scrub from Pure Nails. I've done all of my prep work. I didn't go into great detail because I do have another video on that, which you can find on my channel, and I'll link it down below. I'm coming in now with a thin layer of base coat, making special attention at that exposed area of natural nail, which we're going to fill with the EasiBuild, and just running a thin layer over the previous set. So I've cured my base coat for 60 seconds, and I'm coming in now with the Pure Nails EasiBuild. This is in the Cover Up Pink. And the first step that I'm doing is just doing a thin layer of product over the entire nail, using the same process as I would for a base coat or colour coat. Starting in the centre of the nail, tickling it down towards the cuticle, flaring that brush to make sure it's nice and neat, and then coming back up my side walls and centre of the nail and capping the free edge. And then before I cure that, coming back in with some more product, placing it into the areas that I need, particularly in that back third of the nail that we're filling today, and making sure I've got product where I need it to create the strength and apex. Once I'm happy with that, I move on to the next nail and do the same process again. I tend to do 2 nails on one hand, get them into the lamp to cure, work on the other hand for 2 nails, and then come back to the first hand and do the next 2 nails, and then pop that in the lamp, work on the other hand, and then do the thumbs. I just do that because I find if you try to do 5 nails all in one go, you will the product will start moving around and it won't be where you left it. So before I pop that into the lamp, I just make sure that I'm happy with the application and the product's everywhere that I want it, and then that goes into the lamp for a 60-second cure. Taking care to remember to tell my client that if they are experiencing a heat spike at all, they should remove their hand from the lamp and wait for that heat spike to go, and then you can pop it back into the lamp. Some lamps do have a low setting on them now. I'm going to purchase one of those lamps shortly. EasiBuild has been applied and I've filled these nails, so I'm cleansing the nail and removing the sticky inhibition layer with some isopropyl alcohol, coming back in with my hand file to refine the free edge, buff over the nail and make sure that they're nice and smooth, that there's no lumps and bumps, and that I have a nice contoured nail. Once I've done that, I'll come in with my white buffing block, which I didn't actually film, but I do go over these with my white buffing block, and then dust off all of the nails, wipe over again with isopropyl alcohol to make sure they're nice and clean, smooth and ready for our gel polish application. Gel polish design. So I've decanted some Halo powder blue onto some backing paper just to use as my palette, and I'm using a fine detailing brush, this one is from the Edge, to create a sort of triangle shaped smile line for my client. She'd seen this in another set that I'd done actually with acrylic, so we're just recreating this using a gel polish today. Once I am happy with where I've got all of my gel polish, I'm happy with my lines and everything, I'm going to use the glitter Cinderella from Stella. It's a fine glitter and it's beautiful, and I'm just going to scoop some of that up and pour it over the nail, taking care to have my tray underneath to make sure that I catch any excess. Once I'm sure that the wet gel polish is completely covered in that Cinderella glitter, I will tap the nail to remove any excess, and then I'll pop it into the lamp for a full 60-second cure. So we have that nail fully cured now, so I'm just going to dust off any of the excess glitter back into my tray and move on to the other nails. So I'm coming in again with powder blue from Halo gel polish, and I am doing that on all of the fingers. I leave one of the fingers out because I'm going to do a full glitter nail of the Cinderella, and I'm also going to do an ombre nail, so I leave that one to next. The reason I'm doing these glitter nails individually is just to reduce the amount of glitter that I have floating around the place, to make sure that it doesn't get stuck into any of the other nails. So again, I am just pouring that glitter over the nail, catching any excess of my tray, tapping off and popping into the lamp to do a full cure. We're now coming back in with our second colour coat. So same process as I always do, bouncing up to the cuticle area, making sure that's nice and neat, and then coming up the sidewalls, centre of the nail and capping the free edge. And for this time we are going to do a ombre style nail, and I'm sorry it wasn't greatly in shot, but I am going to pour blue onto half of the nails, the Cinderella glitter, and then I'm using a silver holographic nail glitter from Amy G Edge Nails. I'm not sure what it's called, it's just called Diamond Glitter, and I am putting that on the other half, again tapping off the excess and popping into the lamp for a full cure. So coming in with my top coat now, and I'm working on those colour nails first to make sure I don't get any bits of glitter into that top coat. I'm then coming on to the other nails. I do usually have a separate bottle of top coat for glitter nails, but I didn't have one to hand today, so I was just making sure my brush was kept clean. So I'm taking an ample amount of product, more than I usually would, and I'm floating that across the top of the glitter, allowing that top coat to seep into all of those tiny little gaps that are on the nail where that glitter is, and then making sure I cap the free edge so we don't have any rough edges. I am going to double top coat these nails to make sure they're nice and smooth, nice, and all that glitter is completely encapsulated into that top coat. all of the nails have been cured and top coated now, and I am coming in with my homemade cuticle oil on a cotton pad, wiping that all into the skin, re-nourishing the cuticle, and then coming back in with some alcohol just onto the nail plate, wiping off any excess oil from that nail so we make sure that it keeps its shine. There you go guys, there's a completed set. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful as always. I really love this set. This is one of my favourite sets that I've done in a long while. I just think they're so pretty and so simple and elegant, and I just love that colour blue. So if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below and I will answer you. If you have any suggestions for other things you'd like to see, please let me know, and thanks for watching. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon in the next one.